All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are tackling a classic literary puzzle, one that trips up pretty much everyone, students, readers, you name it. We're talking about the difference between tone and mood.
So let's just get right into it. Have you ever used tone and mood interchangeably? Come on, be honest. If you have, you are in very good company. It's probably one of the most common mix-ups out there.
And look at this. This post from a teacher on Reddit just hits the nail on the head. They're saying their students are mixing them up. And to make things worse, they're going online and finding sources that say they're the same thing. No wonder everyone's confused. So yeah, let's clear this up once and for all.
So what's the big mix-up all about? Well, it really just boils down to one simple but super important question. Who is doing the feeling?
Okay, here's the absolute core of it. Tone, that's all about the author. It's their attitude, how they feel about what they're writing. Mood, on the other hand, well, that's about you. It's the feeling, the whole vibe that the text creates inside the reader. See the difference? Author versus reader? If you remember that one thing, you're already halfway there.
Okay, so let's dig a little deeper into that first idea. Let's talk about tone.
So what is tone, really? The textbook definition says it's the author's or the narrator's attitude toward their subject. You know, are they being sarcastic, sincere, maybe a little critical, or even humorous? All of that, that's the tone.
And you know what? There's a super simple way to remember this. Just think of the phrase tone of voice. It's perfect, right? How would the author sound if they were reading this out loud to you? That's their tone.
And check this out. Another teacher on Reddit came up with this brilliant little memory trick. T for tone is for they, as in the author. It's how they feel about what they are talking about. So simple, so good.
All right, so we've got tone down. Now let's flip the coin to look at the other side of this whole thing, mood.
Mood is really all about the atmosphere. It's the vibe, you know? It's the emotion that the writing is designed to create in you, the audience. Does it make you feel anxious, happy, kind of sad, or maybe even totally creeped out? That feeling is the mood.
And just like with tone, there's a fantastic little trick for this one too. The oo in M-O-O-D, it rhymes with you, because the mood is how the author wants you to feel. Isn't that great? So clever. Or hey, if that doesn't stick, try this one. Mood starts with M. And you know what else starts with M? Me. The mood is how the author makes me, the reader, feel. Pick whichever one works for you. Okay, so we've got it. Tone and mood are different. But how does an author actually pull it off? How do they create these feelings? Well, they have a whole toolkit of literary devices they use.
And probably the most powerful tool in that entire kit is something called diction. I know, it sounds a little fancy, but all it really means is the author's choice of words. It's that specific. Are the words they're using sharp and angry, or are they soft and gentle? That choice is absolutely central to building both tone and mood.
And hey, this isn't just some dusty old literary theory. It's actually backed by modern research. Scientists have used computational analysis, getting computers to read tons of books, and they've confirmed that the author's intentional word choice is one of the biggest, most important factors in creating the emotional atmosphere of a text. But of course, it's not just about the words. An author is like a master chef. They don't just use one ingredient. They combine their word choice, their diction, with everything else. The setting, what the characters do and feel, even symbols, to create this rich, layered effect.
Let's make this super concrete. Imagine this. A character is walking through a dark, spooky forest. The narrator describes it using words that show they're nervous, cautious, so their tone is one of fear. And what's the result? Well, that atmosphere makes you, the reader, feel tense and spooked. That feeling, that's the mood. So you see, in this case, the tone and mood are pretty similar, but they're not exactly the same thing.
Okay, but this is where it gets really, really cool. Sometimes the tone and the mood are completely different. And honestly, this is the secret to getting satire. Think about it. An author might use a super serious, formal, academic tone to talk about something just completely ridiculous. The author's attitude is dead serious, but the effect on you, the mood, it's hilarious. That gap, that space between the serious tone and the funny mood, that's where the joke lives.
So, why does any of this even matter? I mean, who cares? Why is it so important for us as readers to get this distinction right?
Well, it matters because being able to see that interplay, that gap between the author's attitude and the feeling they create in you, that's where the magic of literature happens. It's how you spot the irony, the humor, the real depth in a story.
Actually, this idea is so big, there's a whole field of study called reader response theory built around it. And what it basically says is that the mood you feel isn't just something the author beams into your brain. Nope. It's a unique creation that happens when the author's words mix with your personal experiences, your memories, your culture. Meaning isn't just on the page, it's created in that little space between you and the book.
So, let's bring it all home. What are the big takeaways? Number 1, tone is the author's attitude. Just think T for they. Mood is how the text makes me feel. Remember M for me, or that oo sound for you. And authors use their whole toolkit, especially word choice or diction, to create both. But most importantly, that difference between them, that's where you find all the good stuff. The humor, the irony, and the depth.
So here's my challenge to you. The next time you're reading something, anything, keep an eye out for this. Actively ask yourself, okay, what's the author's attitude here? What's their tone? And then, but how is this making me feel? Finding that gap, that little bit of daylight between the two, it might just completely change how you experience every story you read from now on.